While poor South African students slept in libraries, on couches, and sometimes on the street, a handful of well-connected insiders have been cashing in on the NSFAS accommodation system. Hundreds of millions of rands meant for struggling students have been siphoned off. This is not just incompetence, but appears to be organized looting of the poorest students in the country. ALTA released an investigation report into student accommodation in 2023. After that release, we received more information and evidence, and we cannot stay quiet about what is happening with student accommodation in the country. Let us start with a brief look at the history and the origin of the issues. In January 2023, former Higher Education Minister Blade Nzimande suddenly cut the private accommodation allowance by 25%, from 60,000 Rand down to 45. Landlords were not warned, and students were banned from paying top-ups to secure accommodation. NSFAS announced that the solution for all the chaos at NSFAS was a student-centered model, where student allowances and accommodation would be managed by NSFAS themselves. What actually happened was that NSFAS captured the payment of student allowances and forced students to subscribe to a NSFAS bank card, with 4 fintech companies paying the allowances. Now we all know what the result was. The CEO was fired and the board chair resigned. The same happened with student accommodation, with 4 service providers who developed a centralized online portal. Landlords were forced to register their beds on the portal with NSFAS appointed accreditation agents, inspecting and grading the properties. NSFAS was very clear. If your property is not registered on the portal, they will not lease any accommodation from you. Now, ALTA is of the opinion that the whole accommodation scheme was doomed from the start. We believe that the appointment of the 4 solution providers was irregular. The CEO, Mr. Andile Nongoko, interfered with the appointments, as he did with the appointments of the fintech companies who paid the student allowances. There was a recommendation that 2 solution providers should be appointed, but NSFAS ended up with 4. One of the companies that was appointed was disqualified in the first round of evaluation, and another did not declare serious conflict of interest. The 4 solution providers were paid more than 200 million Rand in 2025, and we believe that they will receive approximately 1 billion Rand for the contract period. This money, like the finance minister alluded to in his budget speech, should be used for training young South Africans and not end up in the pockets of third parties.
I mean, there are students here for having said, I don't see the value of NSFAS, not the bursary, the institution. I don't see its value. In fact, we're spending 700 million Rand on administration of NSFAS. If we had to take that money, divide, and we would have paid 9,000 paid fees for 9,000 students.
To be very honest, the management of the online portal and the student accommodation is definitely not worth 2 million Rand a year, especially when similar portals were developed and implemented years ago and are functioning very well at several universities. The majority of the 39 companies that were appointed to inspect properties and grade them in accordance with the minimum standards and as prescribed by the Department of Higher Education were inexperienced and not qualified for the task at hand. ALTA discovered that properties were receiving top gradings from accreditation agents where buildings were unsafe and of substandard quality. We also found that in some instances, landlords and accreditation agents colluded to inflate the number of beds in the property to accommodate more students and loot thousands per month from NSFAS and in effect from the taxpayer. ALTA must emphasize that not all the NSFAS student accommodation is substandard or being provided by corrupt landlords. The majority of the accommodation we looked at is of high quality and complies with the set standards. But there are about 15 to 20% of the properties that place students at risk if they stay there. The investigation report is available on ALTA's website. ALTA demands the immediate termination of all contracts with solution providers and accreditation agents. And we communicated that to the board of NSFAS when we shared our report with them. The report and evidence have also been handed over to the Ministers of Higher Education and Finance and the Auditor General of South Africa. Our findings with additional information that was not published will be shared with the SIU, who have a proclamation to investigate any allegations of corruption and maladministration at NSFAS. We also shared our findings with the Higher Education Portfolio Committee.
Because NSFAS is supposed to be paying universities for student accommodation and everything else, but in turn, they have employed 3 other service providers to provide the service they were created to do. Why should we keep them?
Students were promised opportunity. Instead, they got corruption. Enough is enough. Prosecute the guilty, protect the students, and stop the looting. South Africa is watching, and those responsible must finally be held accountable.